I'm Jasmine Sampson from www.howtocreatemiracles.com, and with me today I have Phillida Eivers. Welcome, Phillida.
Thank you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Great. Phillida, you're a Reiki master.
I am.
Can you tell us about Reiki and how you came to be doing that?
Well, it's rather extraordinary because my hands are actually heating up instinctively and finding places on people's bodies when I'd sit and talk to them or whatever. I come from a large family, so there's always somebody to rub shoulders on.
So that was even when you were a little girl?
No, I think more since I've been married and had my own children. And the family moved to Auckland 10, 11 years ago, and I thought I must try and understand what it is I'm doing, you know, logically or whatever, just delve into it. Because everyone said, oh, you feel so great, do that, I would pay you to do that, and all this stuff. So then I started, I was drawn actually to a Reiki flyer, and it popped into my life 2 or 3 times. I'm like, oh, maybe I should be looking at Reiki. And so through doing Reiki, I thought, this is so wonderful, and I can't put my hands on everybody all the time because it makes me exhausted. And I thought everybody needs to know it. So the best way is for me to become a Reiki teacher, and then I can inspire confidence in people to believe in their own self-healing abilities.
Right, so that's how you became involved in Reiki. Can you explain for the benefit of our viewers what Reiki is?
Well, Reiki is just a form of, I use the term Reiki because it seems to be the most accepted term in the Western world, as we don't have a word for energy healing as such. But basically, I like to think of, we're all little sparks of God, you know, and we all have the ability to be God-like and put our hands on and help each other. And it's a vibrational energy. Everything is a vibration in this universe, and there are different speeds and frequencies. And I just say to people, look, you don't understand how your cell phone sends a message to the other cell phone. You don't understand how your email flips a message across the world. And energy healing is just the same. You know, you think of somebody, and it's always based in love and coming from love. And because we're living in the sea of this energy, we're not separated from any one thing, or any one being, or animal. And so our thoughts are instant. And so our love and our connection is instant. And that's how it works, pretty much. It's like turning on a light switch, you know, the power is there instantly.
So you're something of the channel for this universal healing energy?
I think we're all channels. We all absorb energy from the outside world. And we all know when we go somewhere it feels nice, and sometimes it doesn't feel nice. We can walk into a room that feels uncomfortable, or we can walk into a home that feels really loving and welcoming. And they're all energy vibrations that we're picking up, only we haven't been trained to understand that. But everybody is aware of it.
We feel it.
We feel it, yes. And you tend to want to shy away from those places that don't feel comfortable for you.
So you've been doing this consciously for quite a while now?
I would say 10, 11 years, yes.
And are there any particular, people, situations that you remember offering Reiki in which particularly stand out for you? Perhaps?
I had a very remarkable patient who was really my first patient. I had a nursing friend who practiced reflexology, and she had to have 6 case studies and to complete her course. And she invited me to go and practice my Reiki on this gentleman who had had a major aneurysm and then stroke afterwards, and they'd got to the stage of wanting to turn his life support machine off.
So this is a brain aneurysm?
And he could move his thumb up and down, And they said, "Can you hear us?" And he said, "Yes." And they said, "We think we should turn the machine off." And his thumb went down. They said, "Can you hear us?" He wanted to turn the machine off, and his thumb went down. So I met him 3 years after that effect, and he was very severely, a very sick man. He was so photophobic that he wore dark glasses and a hat on inside, with the curtains pulled, and he was full of tremors. He couldn't hold his head up, couldn't close his mouth, and he could barely use any limbs. I think he was stomach tube fed, and he wasn't speaking. So I discovered that his mother went Monday, Wednesday and Friday between 1 and 3 or so. And I said, "Well, shall I come and see what I can do for him?" And so I did, and after a year of treatments 3 times a week, between 1 and 2 or 3 hours, 1 and 2 hours probably each time, we brought all his limbs back into movement. He learnt to re-speak, and he's starting to walk, and the last thing was his learning to eat, but the hospital were very frightened about putting anything in his mouth in case he choked. I practiced brain gym, I practiced all sorts of things that I'd learnt over the years. I practiced with him, and he was a very special man, and he died unfortunately through a stomach infection. And but the power of the healing of Reiki or love or energy healing or whatever it was blew me away. And his willingness to, his own body willingness to get well. He really wanted to get well.
Wow.
It was, yes, a remarkable experience. So there's nothing that I feel can't be impacted by it. Yeah.
And you see patients, clients now?
I set up a business in Auckland, but I've moved back to Gisborne, and I'm kind of a yo-yo at the moment in my life. I'm not long enough in one place but I intend to become more involved. I do spend a lot of time getting friends and family or enabling them to heal.
And if there's anybody out there who really feels they need to connect with you, Phillida, how could they do that?
Probably through my email.
And your email is?
Phillida, Phillida @extra.co.nz.
Phillida@extra.co.nz, and for people who aren't New Zealanders, the extra has no E. So it's phillida@extra.co.nz. Thank you, Phillida Eivers.
Extra.